Hello, soul family. Welcome to Spiritual Manifestation. If this is your first time, welcome in. And if you've been here before, I'm so glad to have you home. As I shuffle the cards today, there's already a strong energy moving through. I felt it the moment I opened this space. Someone out there is dreaming of you, and the emotions tied to it are almost overwhelming. The moment that thought entered, I felt this powerful wave rush over me, and my whole body lit up with goosebumps. And for me, that's always a clear sign that we're tapping into something real, something deeply spiritual. This isn't just a passing thought or a casual dream. This is a bond, a thread connecting souls across distance, across time. It's intense, and whoever this person is, they're feeling it too. But here's the thing, they're resisting it. As much as they're drawn to you, there's still a part of them pulling back, unsure how to handle the depth of what's rising between you. And interestingly, as I was tuning into this energy, Spirit kept showing me a frying pan. I know that sounds random, but when these visions come through, they're always meaningful. Maybe someone here loves to cook. Or maybe cooking was a special part of your bond. Maybe it's the simple moments, the shared meals, the small rituals of care that are surfacing in their memory now. There's something very heartfelt about it. Something ordinary on the surface, but extraordinary underneath. We're definitely picking up on a strong, real connection today, and I can already tell this reading is going to be powerful. So settle in, breathe into your heart space, and let's dive deeper into what Spirit wants to reveal. As we open up this reading, I just pulled the Hermit. And honestly, I couldn't have asked for a more fitting card to guide us into this energy, divine feminine. Because the moment I turned this card over, I felt it. That quiet pull inward, that deep retreat into the self. And it's not just you. It's someone tied to your energy too. There's a very heavy wave of nostalgia moving through right now. A particular person is feeling it so strongly, and Spirit is showing me that they're moving slowly when it comes to you. Almost like every step they want to take toward you, they second guess, they hesitate, they crave you, they long for you, but then they retreat. They crawl back into their cave of comfort, of fear, of overthinking. And before we move any further, my guides are stepping in very strongly to say this. This reading is going to cover a lot of ground. We're picking up many different threads today, different feelings, different perspectives, different moments that are meant to find different hearts within our collective. Some parts may not hit you at all, and that's okay. Spirit is weaving a wide net right now. But somewhere in this message, there's a thread that's meant to land deep for you, a piece that's yours. Trust yourself to know when you hear it. Now, coming back to this person's energy, they are resisting something when it comes to you. They're resisting the truth that's rising in them, that you mean something sacred to them, something spiritual. And that craving, it's not surface level, it's soul level. It's like Spirit whispered your name into their dreams, into their quiet moments, and now they can't unfeel it. But instead of rushing forward, they're retreating deeper into themselves, back into that cave, back into that quiet space where they can try to make sense of everything they're feeling. And honestly, Divine Feminine, some of you might be doing the exact same thing. Some of you are craving connection, craving to be seen, craving to live and love and open yourselves up to new human experiences. There's a beautiful pull toward life happening in your energy field. You want to feel it all, to be alive, to let yourself exist out loud after staying quiet for so long. But here's the paradox that Spirit is showing me. Even as you crave connection, there's another part of you that craves solitude, focus, protection. You've been doing so much deep inner work, so much soul work, that when certain people try to reach for your energy now, even in harmless ways, it can feel like static, like a low hum of noise that buzzes beneath your skin and keeps you from fully relaxing. Some of you may even be feeling it at night. Maybe it's harder to sleep lately. Maybe your mind feels louder than usual. Maybe you hear the echoes of other people's thoughts, their projections, their opinions, bouncing around in your own head, even when you didn't invite them there. It's exhausting, right? Spirit is saying you're not crazy. You're just extremely sensitive to energy right now. You're so tuned in, so awake, that even subtle vibrations feel like earthquakes sometimes. And this is why you felt torn. The part of you that craves connection is real and sacred. But the part of you that craves protection, silence, peace, that's sacred too. You're not doing anything wrong by needing both. You're just learning how to hold space for your full self. This hermit energy is a reminder. It's okay to step back when you need to. It's okay to pull your light inward sometimes. It doesn't mean you're regressing. It means you're honoring your soul's natural rhythm. And that person who's dreaming of you, who's resisting you, they're feeling it too. They're caught between the pull to come closer and the fear of losing themselves again. But just like you, they're being shown that true connection, real, soul-deep connection, only thrives when it's rooted in truth, in freedom, in presence. And that's the path you're both learning to walk now. The card that flew out next is the Two of Pentacles. And honestly, Divine Feminine, it couldn't be a more perfect reflection of what's happening in your energy and in your connection too. The moment I flipped this card over, I felt it so clearly. There's this balancing act playing out in your life, this constant back and forth between two very deep needs. On one hand, there's this real human longing to connect, to be seen, to experience love and friendship and all the ways we feel alive through our connections with others. And on the other hand, there's this sacred need for solitude, for silence, for protection of your own energy so that you can continue growing, healing, and creating from that pure, soul-deep place inside of you that few ever truly get to see. Spirit is showing me that this isn't something new for you. This is a tension you've carried your whole life. Even when you were younger, you may have felt this inner pull, wanting to reach out, to play, to bond, but also finding such deep peace in being alone, in being with nature, with the trees, with the sky. You were never lonely. You were connected in a way that most people could never understand. And even now, that part of you still lives. The part that craves deep connection, but also fiercely guards the sanctuary of your soul. The part that knows not every bond is sacred. Not every connection feeds you. Some only scatter your energy, leaving you drained and keeping you from the creations your spirit longs to bring into this world. It's interesting because even as I'm recording this, I can hear a faint drilling noise coming from somewhere in the background. It's almost like Spirit is using it to symbolize what we're talking about. The hum of distraction that always seems to buzz around you when you're on the verge of something big. Now, I know I keep saying I'm shuffling the cards, and I am, but Spirit is flowing these messages through so strongly that the cards are more like anchors right now, confirming what your soul already knows. Because none of these downloads are random. They're not tangents. They're threads of the same beautiful story. The story of you and the story of someone who's still tied to your energy in a very deep, very real way. This person, Divine Feminine, they are stuck in a different kind of balancing act. But for them, it's even heavier. It's like they're walking a life path that doesn't fit anymore. I keep hearing concrete jungle when I tune into their energy. Maybe they live in a busy city. Maybe they're working a job that feels mechanical, where they're just a small part of a big machine. But either way, every day that passes, they feel more disconnected from who they really are, more trapped, more out of place. It's like they're moving along a preset track, doing what's expected, but inside, their soul is aching for something more. And without even realizing it, they are feeling you. They are feeling the difference between the life they're living and the life they crave. And you, divine feminine, you're feeling their ache too. Maybe it shows up as restlessness. Maybe it hits you late at night when the world is quiet and your mind drifts toward memories you can't quite explain. Maybe it's just a sense of longing that you know isn't fully yours. That's them. That's their soul reaching for you through the spaces between dreams. Here's the beautiful and bittersweet part. They see you, even if they act neutral, even if they stay silent, even if they don't say a single word in the physical world. In the spirit realm, they are watching, they are admiring, they are your silent supporter, someone who is quietly, reverently in awe of your strength, your focus, your resilience, the way you choose yourself even when it's hard, even when the noise hums around you trying to pull you off course. Because you, divine feminine, you are not just living, you are creating, you are becoming. And even though they are still on their own journey, still untangling themselves from the path they chose long ago, your light is helping guide them. Your energy is a lighthouse in their storm, and they feel it, even now, especially now. Moving on, the card we have here is the Strength card. And Divine Feminine, it made my heart smile because it's so perfectly fitting for the energy we're about to step into together. The Strength card isn't just about physical power, it's about inner strength, emotional courage, and the quiet, steady resilience that you carry so effortlessly within you. It's the gentle roar of a soul who has learned to pull their energy back with love, not with bitterness. And it's exactly the kind of energy your person is feeling from you right now, even if they don't know how to explain it. Maybe you're not in contact with this person. Maybe it's been a long time since you've heard from them. Maybe you wonder sometimes if they even think about you at all. On the surface, in the physical world, it might even seem like they've moved on, like they've settled into a kind of cold neutrality toward you. There's almost this feeling of apathy that they project, like they don't care, like you were just a chapter that quietly closed. But Spirit is showing me so clearly, that's not the truth, not even close. Underneath that cool exterior, there's a storm, a warmth, a pulse of recognition that they can't fully hide, even from themselves. And Divine Feminine, it takes so much work for them to keep pretending. Because the moment your name comes up, or your energy brushes against theirs even in the tiniest way, there's an instant reaction they can't control. Spirit keeps showing me this image of someone trying to keep a straight face, and then breaking into a helpless, quiet smile the second you're mentioned. It's like your name alone carries a frequency that lights them up from the inside. And no matter how much they try to hold on to their mask of indifference, the truth leaks through. In the way their eyes soften, in the way their energy shifts, in the way their soul can't help but reach for you, even if their words or silence say otherwise. But here's the thing, you already know, you've always known. Even when they tried to hide it, you could feel the truth humming underneath their actions. You knew they were your silent supporter, cheering you on in the spaces where their pride wouldn't let them speak it aloud. But still, Divine Feminine, something changed. Something inside you woke up and said, "Enough." And I keep hearing the phrase over and over, You pulled the plug. And the meaning of that runs so much deeper than it sounds. Because when you pull the plug on something, you're not just walking away. You're disconnecting the source of power. You're choosing not to let something or someone draw energy from you without pouring anything back in. You became your own outlet again. You stopped allowing your beautiful, life-giving light to be siphoned by things that weren't nourishing you in return. And it wasn't done in anger. It wasn't done out of revenge. It was done with love. For yourself, for your soul's journey, for the next level you're stepping into. This unplugging wasn't just about one person either. It could have been a lifetime of patterns, of people, of old wounds quietly pulling at your energy without your full awareness. But somewhere deep inside, your soul knew. It knew that to move forward, to fully bloom, you had to stop pouring into empty wells. And you did. With courage, with grace, with the quiet kind of strength that transforms everything without making a sound. And your person, they felt it. Even if they couldn't explain it, even if they didn't consciously realize what was happening, they felt the shift. They felt the moment when your energy stopped flowing toward them like it used to. They felt the silence of it, the space of it, the sacred reclaiming of your own life force. And that's why they can't stop thinking about you now. That's why the longing has only gotten louder with time. Divine Feminine, your silence is powerful. Your detachment is sacred. Your growth is breathtaking. And whether or not they ever find the words to say it out loud, their soul already knows. You were never just another person to them. You were the plug to the life force they didn't even know they were starving for. And now that you've pulled that plug, they are finally beginning to feel the full weight and the full wonder of what they almost lost. Now, the card that slid out was the Hierophant. And Divine Feminine, the moment I saw it, I knew Spirit was confirming the depth of everything you've been carrying. The Hierophant is about sacred knowledge, ancient soul wisdom, the kind of inner knowing that can't be taught. It's lived, it's earned, it's remembered through lifetimes. And that's exactly what's pouring through your energy right now, even if the people around you can't always understand it. Right away, Spirit is showing me something really strong about your person. Even if you and this person aren't together right now, even if there's been no contact for a long time, there's something that you stir in them that no one else can. And it's not small. It's not casual. When your name comes up, when your energy brushes against theirs, even if it's just for a second, they can't hide what they feel. It's like a spark that lights them up without warning. They get this goofy little smile, this giddy feeling that bubbles up from inside, and they have to work so hard to push it down and pretend they're unaffected. Because let me tell you, Divine Feminine, there's someone around them who notices. There's someone in their physical world, maybe a partner, a friend, someone close, who sees how differently this person reacts when it comes to you, and it's eating at them. It's like no matter how much this other person tries, no matter how much effort they put into getting the same reaction from your person, they just can't pull it out of them. And some of them have even gone so far as to try to copy you. I know that's not easy to hear, but Spirit's making it clear. Someone has tried to mimic your essence, your energy, your way of being, hoping that if they could just recreate the way you move through life, maybe they could make your person feel the same way about them. But here's the thing, and your soul already knows this, even if it hurts sometimes to witness it. Your energy can't be copied. It's not something that can be worn like a costume. It's not something you can pretend into existence. The frequency you carry, the light you radiate, was earned. It was forged through fire, through heartbreak, through lifetimes of growth and evolution. No one can fabricate the kind of soul you have. No one can steal the frequency you built inside yourself through every tear, every triumph, every choice to keep loving, even when it would have been easier to shut down. You might have even had people in your life ask you, "What's your secret?" They might have wanted to know how you draw people in, how you succeed, how you shine the way you do. And even though your heart is so pure and you want to help, you know deep down that there's no real way to explain it. Because your glow isn't a step-by-step formula. It's the result of choosing to rise every time life tried to break you. It's the quiet power that comes from carrying ancient wisdom in a world that often forgets what's real. And here's the deeper layer Spirit is bringing through right now. Your soul chose this lifetime very carefully. You didn't just randomly show up here. You debated it. You weighed it. Before you incarnated, there was this sacred, serious conversation within your own being. Do I want to go back? Do I want to walk Earth again, knowing how heavy it can be? Knowing how isolating it can feel to carry this much consciousness in a world still waking up. And eventually, your soul said yes, because you knew you could handle it. You knew you had something important to bring. And doesn't that mirror the inner tug of war you've been feeling lately? That push and pull between the part of you that craves connection, warmth, being seen, and the part of you that needs sacred solitude to stay pure, to stay aligned, to keep your soul's mission intact. It's not just random discomfort, Divine Feminine. It's an echo of the soul debate you had long before you got here. And it's playing out now because you're standing at another threshold. A moment where you're being asked to honor both your human heart and your ancient spirit in deeper, truer ways. You've always been an old soul. People probably told you that when you were young. Maybe you felt it even before you had words for it. That sense of being different, of carrying weight others couldn't see. You've lived so many lives. And that's why you're so magnetic now. That's why you can't be copied, no matter how hard someone tries. Because your magic isn't something you put on. It's something you are. It's woven into your essence. It's the natural outcome of lifetimes spent growing, healing, remembering who you are. And your person, they feel it too. That's why they light up the way they do, even when they try to hide it. That's why no one else, no matter how hard they try, can pull the same reaction from them. Because your energy is home to them. It's real, it's rare, it's sacred. And even if they're not fully ready to admit it out loud yet, their soul knows the truth. And the connection you share, it's not fading. It's only growing stronger underneath it all, waiting for the right moment to rise again. The next card that floated out was Temperance. And honestly, I just had to smile, because this card couldn't be more perfect for what's moving through your energy right now. Temperance is all about balance, about blending two very different parts of yourself into one beautiful flow. And Divine Feminine, that's exactly where you are. You're standing between two worlds inside of you, trying to find your own unique middle ground. Spirit is showing me that lately, you've been feeling this quiet tug of war. On one hand, there's this part of you that longs to open up more, to share your heart, to let people in, to experience the fullness of being human in a deeper, richer way than maybe you've allowed yourself to before. But on the other hand, there's another part of you that just wants to pull back, to shut the door, to protect your precious energy, to stay tucked away in the safety of your own soul's quiet space, where you can create freely without all the noise. And honestly, there's no clear right or wrong answer here. It's not as simple as choosing one side or the other. You could close the door completely, step into a season of solitude, and create some of your most powerful work yet. Or you could swing it wide open and allow yourself to really live, to experience, to feel, to dance in the human messiness of it all. Both paths are beautiful. Both paths are real. But what Spirit is whispering to you today is that maybe it's not about choosing just one. Maybe it's about learning to walk the middle path, the place where you honor your soul's need for deep focus and stillness, while also giving yourself permission to be human, to connect, to laugh, to live. And right as I was feeling that message come through, I couldn't help but notice that temperance showed up right as I was talking about this balance. Because this is about you learning how to hold both parts of yourself at once. The ancient soul part that needs space and sacred silence, and the beautiful human part that longs for connection and creativity and expression. It's about finding your own rhythm, your own unique framework for living, one that no one else can build for you. Because you're not like everyone else. Your energy flows differently. You have specific needs, emotional, physical, energetic, that others might not fully understand. And that's okay. You're meant to be different. You're meant to move differently through this world. But because your energy is so open, so sensitive, so powerful, you also have to be more intentional about when to open and when to pull back, about when to pour out and when to protect your flow. Spirit is saying it's like tending to a sacred garden inside of you. Sometimes you need the sun, sometimes you need the shelter, and only you can feel into which one you need in each moment. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Because as much as this feels like it's about your personal journey right now, there's also someone else whose energy keeps weaving into this story. I feel their presence, quietly but steadily. And Spirit's saying, this isn't just about you. This is about how someone is connected to you at a soul level, even if they're silent right now. This person admires you deeply, even if they act neutral, even if they pretend like nothing's shifted. Beneath the surface, they feel it, and it's stirring something inside of them too. There's unfinished business here, a soul agreement that hasn't fully played out. And that's why you still feel them sometimes. That's why their energy comes in waves, sometimes crashing so loudly you can't ignore it, and other times pulling back like a quiet tide. It's because the bond you share isn't broken. It's simply moving in divine timing. Divine Feminine, you are doing exactly what you came here to do. You are balancing your soul and your human. You are learning to protect your sacred fire while still allowing yourself to live. And even though this person may not be walking beside you physically right now, your light is guiding them, even from afar. Spirit wants you to know you're not doing this wrong. You're doing it perfectly. Trust your own rhythm. Trust your own flow. You are the magician and the mirror. You are everything you were always meant to be. The card that I just pulled was the Justice. And honestly, Divine Feminine, I had to just sit for a moment and smile because it feels so right. Justice is all about balance, about truth finally finding its voice, about the soul coming into alignment with what it has always known deep down. And that's exactly where you are right now. You're standing between two parts of yourself, two very real, very beautiful worlds inside of you. And you're learning how to find your own middle path. Spirit is showing me this quiet tug of war that's been pulling at you lately. One part of you is aching to open up more, to share your light, to let others in, to experience the fullness of being human in a richer, deeper way than you maybe ever have before. But then there's this other part too, the part of you that wants to pull back, to close the door, to protect the beautiful, sacred energy you've worked so hard to build, to stay tucked away in the safe space of your own soul, where you can create freely, without noise, without judgment, without distraction. And the thing is, neither part is wrong. There's no clear, this is the right way, or that is the wrong way. You could close yourself off completely right now, take time for deep solitude, and you would create magic, pure magic. Or you could swing the doors of your heart wide open, let life flood in, and dance in the beautiful, messy wonder of being human. And that would be magic too. Both paths are real. Both paths are sacred. But Spirit is whispering something even deeper to you now. Maybe it's not about choosing just one. Maybe your soul is teaching you how to walk right through the middle, how to honor your deep need for focus and sacred solitude, while also letting yourself feel alive, connect, experience, and be held by life itself. Because your light is so open, so sensitive, so powerful, you have to be more careful, more loving toward yourself about when to open and when to pull back. Spirit is showing me it's like tending to a sacred garden. You know when you need sunshine, and you know when you need shelter. You know when you need to pour your energy outward, and you know when it's time to hold it close to your chest and nourish yourself. Only you can feel when that time is right. Only you can read the seasons of your own soul. And here's where it gets even more layered. Because while this feels like a message just for you, there's someone else whose energy keeps weaving quietly into your story. Their presence is soft but steady, and Spirit is saying, this isn't just about your journey. It's about how another soul is tied to you at a deeper level than even they fully understand. They admire you deeply, even if they act neutral, even if they pretend nothing's shifted. Beneath the surface, they feel it, and it moves them. It calls them forward, even when they don't know how to answer that call yet. Spirit showed me a contract between you, unfinished, still alive. A soul agreement that hasn't played out fully yet. That's why you still feel them sometimes, even in the quiet moments. That's why their energy still pulls at you now and then. It's because the story isn't over. The bond isn't broken. It's simply waiting on divine timing. Divine Feminine, you are doing exactly what your soul came here to do. You are learning how to balance your human and your spirit, how to protect your sacred fire while still letting yourself live and breathe and experience the beauty of this world. And even though this person may not be walking right beside you yet, your light is reaching them, guiding them in ways you can't even see. Spirit wants you to know you're not missing anything. You're not doing it wrong. You're doing it exactly right. You are the soul and the human. You are the ancient and the new. You are the keeper of your own sacred balance, and you are exactly where you need to be. Before we move forward, I just pulled a card to guide the closing energy for today, and we have the Chariot. And honestly, Divine Feminine, it gave me chills because the Chariot is all about forward movement, about momentum picking up after a long time of inner work, and about victory that comes from balancing the soul and the human parts of yourself. It's that energy of things finally starting to move in ways you can feel, even if you can't quite see it yet. Now, what I'm picking up so strongly is that the shifts you've been making inside yourself, the choices to heal, to grow, to rise higher, are truly opening this person's heart in ways they didn't even expect. Spirit is showing me their heart space, lighting up, softening, beginning to glow again, almost like a flower finally blooming after a long, hard winter. And while that's beautiful, it's also making them feel a little overwhelmed. There's this almost frustrated energy coming through, like your soul is pulling on theirs with such intensity that they can't escape it. It's sweet, but at the same time, it's irritating to them in a way they don't fully understand. Maybe you feel it too, that restless, stirring feeling like something's just brewing, like they're in your energy even when you're not thinking about them on purpose. And Divine Feminine, that's not just your imagination. Spirit is saying you're feeling their soul going through an awakening right now. You're feeling the way their heart is cracking open, even if they haven't said a single word to you yet. But here's where it gets a little tender. Instead of fully owning their light, they're looking at you with so much quiet admiration. They see you shining. They see you breaking through. They see you standing tall in ways that leave them in awe. And yet, they're still holding back. Still not quite sure how to match your frequency. There's something they're carrying, some old story, some attachment, something heavy that they're still linking to their own sense of self-worth. Spirit is showing it like an old chain wrapped around their ankle. It's not even about you. It's about them believing they have to be enough before they can even approach someone like you. And that's why, for so long, they've stayed silent, admiring you from afar, feeling all these emotions, but not letting them fully reach you in the 3D world. Okay, this feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. Spirit is saying it's only a matter of time now. Only a matter of time before they throw caution to the wind and follow the pull their heart has been screaming for all along. Because when the soul feels a light like yours, it's not a question of if, it's only a question of when.